Hey everyone, Soundwave 8084 here, another Transformers Earthspark review. Today I'm going to take a look at their deluxe class Soundwave. Look at this guy, they also had that Terran, I don't know, the purple car. I kind of wanted that one as well. I did not pick that one up though, I just got Soundwave and went on my way. You see the box here, very reminiscent of what we're getting now, Age of the Prime Studio Series. Very, with the stuff on the side and the trim. There's still no plastic windows on these, as these are still more aimed at the younger kids. Deluxe class here. Turn the box all the way around. 18 steps will get you around. It turns into a big, like a bomber jet. So it's a different alt mode. They're finally moving away from the communications vehicle that Soundwave has been made into, like the Evergreen line Soundwave. You get the cheap ones at like Kroger, Dollar General, Family Dollar, Big Lots, whatever. If they're still in business. They had the Evergreen line where Soundwave is a big, huge, like communications vehicle, like a news van kind of thing. Now they're going to something different, which is nice. I like when they go different, do some unique stuff, make it different, and that pleases me. So come here and more look, 18 steps. It's a lot of steps, nothing too complicated, but there's a lot of steps, but it's not bad. And of course you're going to get your handy dandy instructions as well. Not hard. He doesn't come with any minions. I don't watch Earthspark. I've never watched. I've seen a few clips online. Never watched the show. So I don't know if he has minions. But here is Soundwave. Alright, 360 view here. The robot mode for Soundwave. Now on camera, his blues come out a little more bright. They're a little bit deeper in person. So the camera sort of changes the look of the colors slightly. He's not overly hollow head on. You turn to the side, you see the inner thighs there a little bit. The back of the legs, yes, but that is because of his jet mode. I guess they didn't want the wings to be having too many folding panels. And this is on the cheaper price point. These are like, what, $5 cheaper than what you get with Studio Series or Age of the Primes. They're like $19.99 at Target. He does have the little black wings on the back. They are on hinges, so you can articulate them, and they can move back and forth to get out of your way. He's got his shoulder blaster here, shoulder cannon, which can go down into his hands, but has a really long peg, so it looks awkward when he's holding it. I will show that off momentarily. You see he doesn't have very much paint on the front of the robot mode, just on the chest, torso, and a little bit on the arms and then the feet. That's because most of his legs will form the blue wings, and there's not much paint on that as well. But you see a little bit of silver here on the sides and the red up top and back. Alright, so we'll do a comparison here. This is him with the Robots in Disguise Soundwave. You can see they are similar in height. Robot in Disguise maybe is slightly taller, but Robots in Disguise Soundwave is a lot bulkier. The plastic does feel better. Also feels like he has a little bit more just going on for the figure. I don't know, he just feels better in quality in hand. Like the plastic quality feels better. It also has a lot more paint. He's got the translucent red face, which I do like. So when the light hits it just right, his whole face is just shining red and looks really cool and menacing. But he's got metallic like blue paint for the shoulder cannon and a little bit here on the legs and stuff as well, and on the arms. He looks cool, but here he transforms into a ground vehicle, and here they're going for the bomber jet for Soundwave. All right, so the shoulder cannon here just has this little notch in the peg. See, it's got a very long peg. That little notch right here will just connect onto this back tab, which this then tabs into the back. It doesn't hold very well, but you gotta get that in there. It will come untapped pretty easily on the back. And also, if you hit this hard enough, it'll just come untapped as well. So you can do like that. Now if you want to just put it in his hand, that's what I was saying, just stick that sucker in there. And it's going to hit there, so it's got that top. As far as down in the hand, so it just kind of sticks up a little awkwardly. It does have a hinge on it, so you can also just kind of straighten it, which I guess he can now beat somebody with it like a club. So it's got its own little hinge here. And this will go on top of the jet in its alt mode. That looks pretty cool. I like the little spikes here on the tip of it. The little red paint there. Not too bad. I also got a little bit of red paint on the little sides. I'm surprised they actually even attempted to do that. Articulation on the figure. Shoulders transformation can go up, so you get a lot of movement here. You also kind of ball joint in there, so you can 360 these all the way around. Just hit the wings. Like I said, these are on hinges, so they can move out of your way, so you can get that full. Then you get some upper bicep swivels, 360 that around. You get about 90-degree elbow bends. Got ball jointed hands here, so you get 360s on those. And you can, for transformation, they do bend down, so you can move them around, get a little more expressive out of it. Let's see, head, you got a slight wobble, and 360 around. and not much, slight side to side. You get a full split, really good kick forward. Kick back, you're going to hit the backpack back here. Knees, 90 degrees, locks in when you do it like that. You get a knee swivel here at that. You do get a 360 waist swivel. You just kind of bump the backpack, but it will move out of your way. Feet are also on ball joints. They also have this little swivel in here, so you can get some good movement. So you can swivel them. That's for transformation. And you get ball joints, so you get toe rocks and some ankle tilts as well. So he got a decent amount of articulation in this figure, so he does articulate very well for a cheaper price point Transformer. Alright, so let's transform Soundwave in his 18 steps. Let's go. Alright, so here's a look at Soundwave in his jet mode, his alt mode. It looks really good. He's got the red paint here on the front. The silver paint that you saw on the side of the legs now goes to the front of the vehicle here. So there's not very much paint and stuff on the top of the vehicle. You got the little shoulder cannon, which goes here. You got the Decepticon insignia right there on top. Pick that up and show that off. It is actually done in like a white color instead of being purple. The gun was even straight. So it looks good. I do like the overall look of this figure in jet mode. It does a lot better job than the old, I think it was Thrilling 30 Megatron, based on his appearance in the IDW comics. That deluxe class Megatron. It looks nice in both modes when you get it there. It's just getting it there is the problem. And a lot of things pop off for me. I think this one here just does it all a little bit better. Even though it doesn't probably feel as solid overall, it's still, it feels a little bit thin. But it still does it better, in my opinion. And for some comparisons in vehicle mode, you can see this right here, I believe is a Cyberverse Soundwave. It's one of the cheaper ones. It ain't all that great. But he's, the communications type vehicle. Here we have the jet, and over here we do have Voyager class, which is more or less deluxe size scrapper from the new Studio Series 86 Constructicons. And I want to say one problem here on this Soundwave is these arms are supposed to tab, these little tabs, like little notches you hook the arms onto. They don't stay for anything, and they can come undone, and that kind of compromises the wings somewhat. That's probably the only knock I have on the transformation and getting it there to this alt mode. But he makes a very wide alt mode. You see, he pretty much covers both of these vehicles in his alt mode. He's got that wide wingspan, which that's why his legs, are so bulky in the back. I know it's hollow looking in, but I guess trying to fold those down, you wouldn't want so many panels. It's already panelly enough. I hate when there's just so many panels and lines. It really distracts me when I see a figure. That's why they like the MP Megatron on his crotch. There's so many panels, it just looks awkward. And that throws me off looking at a figure. I'd rather be more clean than have all these extra lines it didn't need. So my final thoughts here on this Earthspark Soundwave. I like it. I really the only Earthspark figure I own. I did buy one of those Elite 1 figures that had like some trick transformers, a little bit easier. And I like that one. So I only own 2. And this is really the only one I have of a deluxe class Earthspark. And I like this Soundwave. I think it's better than what this one gave us. He comes with no minions. And that might be the biggest downside to anybody wanting to pick up a Soundwave. He doesn't even come with a single minion. So, you know, not Buzzsaw, not Laserbeak, nothing. But like I said, I do recommend him. He is a nice figure overall. The colors are nice. The paint apps, where applied, are nice. The only thing finicky is the transformation for the arms, getting at the stay tabbed in while you try to tab in the wings. All right, thanks for watching. Until the next ones. Peace out.